For those that are still arriving, there's lots of room right up the Zealand Stadium sign. If you want to move to the south or continue to move towards the concession, there's plenty of room to the south end of the slope.
Hey, Kaz, we got video now. At least whatever he had, whatever camera video he had, I only saw on your computer. I haven't looked at the presenter yet.
There should be 3.
Yeah, we've got 3 cameras now. Yeah, we're good.
It's not letting me watch. Refresh. Okay, I'm streaming to somewhere.
How'd you fix it?
Literally just
Pushing buttons.
poking things, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, there's video. Not touching anything else. Here.
It still sounds like it's coming through here, though.
Real quick, Shane Bot. You know Shane Bot? 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Hey, check 1, 2, 2, 2.
It's still coming through here somehow.
Yeah, program volume is not showing anything. It's just camera 2. I don't know. The only audio I'm seeing on the presenter column is camera 2. So I don't know if that's where you have your audio plugged into. But there's nothing on program.
Microphone setup.
Okay, so text me the information. I'll give it to him. We got people looking for it. Okay. Yeah. You guys ready to go for it? So we're about ready. Yeah. We'll either have this working now, but it's not gonna like you guys do video. Demon's really gonna do it afterwards. So. Right?
Yeah, I'm just handing it over to you. I'm gonna read all the gray areas.
Yep, and then I'm waiting for
some pauses and stuff.
There's no tarps covering the car.
No, that's okay. So that my uncover the tarp is a dramatic pause.
I was like,
Okay, how many vehicles are involved?
There's two cars. One car crossed the center line and crashed head-on into another car. I think they might be students.
Okay, is anyone hurt?
Yes, there's a person lying on the ground. He's not moving. I think he went through the windshield, and there's others still trapped in the car.
Okay, I have emergency units en route now. They should be there shortly.
Okay, please hurry.
Central Dispatch to Sergeant Bainenbosch, Deputy Feliciano, copy a personal injury crash with a pin-in. We'll be at 100th Avenue, just south of Riley. Callers reporting numerous injuries, one person ejected from the vehicle.
At this time, 911 dispatch will remain on the line with the witnesses and continue to gather more information about the accident to relay to emergency units. The first officer that arrive will assess the scene and look for any hazards that may affect the rescue efforts. These include downed power lines, leaking gas, fire, or anything else that may injure the rescue workers or prevent them from immediately attending to the victims. After this, he will check on the injured and start to render first aid. The officer will then contact dispatch to make sure the fire department, ambulance, and other necessary equipment has been contacted and are en route to the scene.
Holland Township Fire Department, Zeeland Township Fire Department, Zeeland City Fire Department, and AMR Ambulance respond to the scene of the personal injury crash. Multiple injuries, one person ejected.
After Sergeant Vandenbosch assesses the first victim, he advises that this is a fatal accident and moves on to assist other victims who are in need of help at the scene. At this point, he would also call for additional police units to assist in the accident investigation. Once the fire department and ambulance arrive, police will brief emergency units on the victim's injuries and assist with first aid. Other officers will then move into their role as crowd control and accident investigation. The fire department begins to assist the rescue units with first aid and renders aid to other victims involved in the accident. The fire department will also use any necessary tools in order to free the occupants from inside of the vehicle who are currently pinned in.
Central dispatch to Aeromed Flight Service.
Aeromed 904, go ahead.
If you could also respond to the scene, Zeeland Township will be directing you in.
10-4, physician loading now. We are at liftoff in less than 1 minute.
Copy, less than 1 minute.
The first victim assessed was Kyle Headley. Kyle was in the front seat passenger, and he was not wearing a seatbelt. Upon impact, he was thrown through the windshield. His body was still moving at 55 miles per hour, and it slammed into the other car. He is unconscious, unresponsive. There's nothing first responders can do. Kyle has no pulse or blood pressure. Kyle's injuries are fatal. The first responders on scene requested a medical examiner for Kyle Headley. In cases of fatal accidents, a medical examiner arrives to the scene to complete an investigation regarding the exact cause of death and pronounces that time of death. An officer will also respond to assist with the deceased family and notify them of the incident in person. Victims' advocates are requested to assist the deceased family members in their great time of loss. By this point, Intima's Funeral Home has been requested to respond to the scene to send to the deceased. The most critically injured is Meg Morehouse. Meg was a front seat passenger of Boone's vehicle. She was not wearing a seatbelt. At the time of the impact, Meg's body folded over itself. Her head struck the dash and broke the side window, causing a deep head laceration and uncontrollable bleeding. Meg has a decreased level of consciousness, and she feels the pain of broken bones grazing against each other each time she breathes. A second critically injured occupant is identified as Claire Mewson. Claire was the driver of the white vehicle. Upon impact, she was thrown towards the steering wheel in front of her. Her face and head struck first, causing her neck to snap back as the weight of her body landed forward. This movement injured her spine, causing her to be paralyzed, and she has deep, sustained facial lacerations that she'll carry with her for the rest of her life. Police identify the driver of the at-fault vehicle as Boone Bonema. He has sustained minor cuts and bruises. Police suspect that Boone was distracted by using his cell phone while driving. While we're on scene, Boone is arrested for moving violation causing death and serious injury. After the investigation is complete, which will take hours, the vehicles will be loaded up by Romines Towing and taken to a secured setting where the traffic investigators will continue the investigation. After all the physical pain and suffering which people involved in this accident have endured, they must also deal with the pain of losing a classmate and friend. Boone will now face charges for moving violation causing the death of Kyle Headley and the serious injuries to Claire Mewson and Meg Morehouse. Boone is now facing time in prison. Is that it? While the investigators are on scene, they hear the familiar noise of the Aeromed helicopter. They're doing everything they can to frantically save the lives of those that are injured. However, they know that soon Aeromed will land. Inside that life-saving device is essentially an ER room equipped with a physician and advanced trained nurses who will take the most seriously injured back to Butterworth Spectrum. As the helicopter lands, it is our sincere hope that we have made a difference here today in the decisions you make involving texting and driving or any other distractions while you're driving. Think before you pick up that phone. It can wait. That text may be the goodbye to a friend, a family member, or a classmate. for those in attendance. AMR was going to check the flight service, was going to stay for us to take a look inside. However, a real life injury accident overrode that, and they had to leave for that. At this point, Eintemas has arrived to the scene and will soon be removing the body of Kyle Headley to take it to the funeral home. His family, friends, and all that know him will mourn him for a very long time for a decision that was 5 seconds in the making. As we watch the body of Kyle Headley being loaded into that hearse, we, as first responders, want you to walk away from here today understanding that this is very real and the possibility is very real. A young life was shattered over a question to a mother, which could have taken 30 seconds to pull over or done at a later time. Please make the right decisions as it involves your driving each day. This ends your advisory period and is the end of the scenario. You are welcome to interact with the first responders who will answer any questions you have. If you elect not to do that, please head back to your respective school in one of two fashions. Either use the tunnel or head to 100th Avenue to cross the road. Thank you, and we hope you took something valuable from this today.